YouTubers, Pastor Bob. Well, I hope you all are having a blessed week. Mine's going pretty good. I think it's time to chill out. We're in 2021. 2020 is over. It's time to chill out. You know, over the last year, we have just absolutely been bombarded with all this election garbage, COVID, vaccines, lockdowns. We have been completely overloaded with information from the media over the last year. We've been met with frustration at every single turn. We have bogus elections. We have politicians who are absolute criminals who admit their crimes right on the air, but yet none of them ever seem to go to jail for anything. Every time we turn on the news, all we get is lies after lies after lies. We're bombarded with information, and all this information that comes from the media is intended to divide us. They want to conquer us and instill fear in every single one of us. As for me, my plan is to just turn off the news, no more social media. I want to just sit back and watch the end times unfold, and I'm going to be about the Lord's work. And I'm not going to worry about all this stuff that's going on in America anymore. This is what it says in 1 Thessalonians 4:11, and that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your hands as we commanded you. You know, I looked up that word study, and this is what it means. It means to give a detailed investigation or an analysis on any subject or situation. People, listen, you need to look into everything in your life that's causing you stress. Everything that's just instilling fear in you. And it normally comes in the form of three things: people, places, and things. That's it. So step one, and this is what I plan on doing. I am going to stop the information overload. I'm not watching the news anymore. I'm not going to worry about Facebook or any of all that garbage that all it does is instill hostility in you and make you mad. No more of that. I have noticed that all that negative information, it puts me on edge. But the frustration comes when we know that there's nothing we can do about it. Our country is falling apart before our eyes, and there's nothing we can do about it. The problem is, and the thing that's the most frustrating to me, is the fact that we are losing our constitutional rights. We're losing them. We thought our constitutional rights were permanent, but we're noticing that they're very, very temporary. I learned of a new law here recently where border agents can stop and search anyone without a search warrant within 100 miles of any U.S. border and the coastlines. So if you were to take America and come in 100 miles all the way around the entire country, that's where about 90% of the population lives. They can now stop and search you without any cause whatsoever, and there's nothing you can do about it. I think that 2020, and maybe they might kick the can down the road just a little bit more, but I think America is headed for an economic collapse, and I think we're going to go into one of the greatest depressions this country has ever seen. I think that's in our future. We've got 37 million small businesses, most of which will never return. And it's only a matter of time till the economy collapses, the stock market collapses, and times are going to get very rough in America. It says, study to be quiet. Fear not. Fear not. It's time to get your peace back. My plan is just to chill out, do the Lord's work. People, listen. This year with this bogus election, I realize that I will never vote again. I will absolutely, positively never vote again. And you people that have been watching my channel for 7 or 8 years, you know that I have always said that all presidential elections are predetermined. Your vote means nothing. And this last election totally proved that. So listen, this is what I want you to get out of this. Stop commenting on Facebook, because people on Facebook, all they do is just try to, cause fights, division, and all it does is lead you to frustration. Stop watching the news. Turn the news off. It's all absolute lies from start to finish. Forget all that. Detach from it. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to detach from the political climate in America. I'm not going to worry about it. And you know what? This is what I'm using for my example. Jesus, Peter, John, all the apostles. When Jesus talked to them, he didn't walk up to John and put his arm around John and say, listen, I want you to start figuring out a way to get rid of these Romans that are occupying us. He didn't tell Peter, listen, I want you to take your sword and I want you to hack up a Roman. No, they didn't do that. He didn't care at all, not one iota, that Jerusalem was occupied by the Romans. That was not his concern. His concern was to be about the Lord's work. Forget the Romans. He helped the Romans. Be about the Lord's work, and don't worry about what's going on in America. People, listen. The end times are unfolding before our very eyes, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can either do what I've been doing the last year. Watching the election, watching all the fraud with this COVID, watching all this stuff that you can do nothing about, and all it does is bring frustration. No more. I'm going to watch the end times unfold before my eyes, and I'm going to be about the Lord's work. Because that is the only thing that's going to absolutely instill peace in me. I'm just going to let the Lord work through me and give me peace. And I'm not going to worry about America anymore. Anyway, I just want to give you something to think about. Heaven or hell, you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.